updated.
Jackson, it looked like they were merged together, but he went around them. Okay, there's a...
You know these are our kids, right?
Ma'am?
No, my son is out here and I'm not going to let y'all dog bite him.
Very obviously in the middle of the guy.
Your incident has been updated.
They may have to go on another one while they're in this one. And I will stand by here in the car.
Hold on, just said the lady's here that says her son's one of the kids.
Stupid ass shit.
Hey.
I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to my son.
Part of this.
I don't know, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out. Somebody called me that lives on the next block and said there was kids running around in a stolen car, and I'm pretty sure maybe one of my children was with him. So I'm looking for him. I'm not telling y'all until I find him because I want him to be safe, you know?
But that's all right.
No, he ain't in custody, I know that.
Okay. All right. Have a good night.
Your incident has been updated.
So, the mom that came to the scene is prima facie evidence of why this kid is in a stolen car. She obviously talked to him, and she came to pick him up, and she should be telling him to come out and give himself up, but she wants to yell at the police for having a dog out here. Well, we wouldn't need to had you done your job in the first place, and had you told him, hey, come out, I'll tell the cops where you are, and we'll figure this out, which is the safest thing to do. But, unfortunately, not every parent is a responsible parent. One of the best ways to get help for your kid if they're going down the wrong way is to get them in the criminal justice system where the courts can get them the help that they need. The juvenile justice system is designed to do that and not to punish. But they're what happens is you have parents and others that enable them long enough to where they become adults, and then they are held accountable for their behavior, and unfortunately end up in jail or prison, or getting hurt or killed and all kinds of stuff. So
Your incident has been updated.
It's frustrating, especially when I get out of the car and try to talk to the mom and she wants to be rude and calling us MFers and this and that, and that's...
Your incident has been updated.
It's sad actually to see, but it is what it is.
Excuse me. Oh, so okay, so someone in class made a comment where it said, I'm one to talk. What does that mean? I have never called any law enforcement motherfuckers. I've never disrespected law enforcement in that way. I don't know, because when I shook my head at that, someone in class was like, oh, you're one to talk. Okay, so give me an example. What are you specifically talking about that I have said? Right, exactly. So you should check your history. See how they can't do it? They're just assuming because of stories from their slut, nasty, druggy friends. Right. No, when I was 18 years old, one of my first arrests, when the officer told me to spell my last name, I did spell fuck you. I spelled F-U-C-K-Y-O-U just as a joke. And then when they heard what my last name really was, I think they understood. I think they already knew who I was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were waiting for me to turn 18. Right. So it was just, yeah, kind of one of those things. And we were at an apartment. There was a lot of people there. He said, spell your last name. I said Fuckyou. That is the most disrespectful I have ever been to any law enforcement. Yeah, that was the year 2000. I had just turned 18. Yes, and I was put on the programs in the year 2000. Yes, when I was 18. Yeah, I think too with the history and everything that had already gone on, and then how I had had an OUI when I was 16, and they wanted them to lock me up for like 10 years. Right, the psychos and granolas that were working with the drug traffickers and people. Right, because they fear me. I'm a liability to those people. Yeah, snitches get stitches. I compromise all their events and parties. Just my presence, you know? Right, so yeah, I was cut off long ago if you want to go down that route. Probably another one of the reasons, you know, when you look at a lot of the accidents and trauma and lack of parental awareness and care. I mean, as you can see, if you look at the history right around that time too, I mean, right, and you go a little bit before, then you see what was going on with the concerns with drug trafficking and child molesters. Right, and how that got ignored. And one of my siblings got emancipated, whatever you call, so they're no longer your parents. Yeah, and they got new parents. They were like still there, you know? It's weird, huh? They come and they go and they go and they come. Oh, look, it has a baby. They come and they go and they go. Oh, look, another baby. They come and they go. I know, right? Thank goodness for motherly love. I know, they'd all be fucked, huh? You know, they say within that first 7 years of life, you know, it really helps build a future instinct pattern. They've proven this, right? When you have sickos that are doing their little experiments and actually programming children to be psychotic monsters, yeah, it's pretty scary. Yeah, what they've been doing with our children here is absolutely appalling. It needs to be addressed, what's been happening here, for sure. The targeting. We don't got to talk about the attempted murder, the dog's leg blowing up, or any of that. But I would like the children to be taken out of the custody of sick murderers, pedophiles, and for those things to be addressed as to how they've gotten away with it, how they use the child and animal pornography and feed it to some of the channels we've been showing you. And they get the child pedo chasers and all these. They make a living off of that stuff too. A lot of it's fake, some of it's real. We're concerned about the real stuff and the producers. And those ones are usually the ones feeding these groups. You know, right? Alex Jones and their friends, and they help protect each other. They're gonna make you eat maggots! Look, let them put me in a sleeper hold. You wanna learn how to do this, kids? Look, one shot, knock the fucking air right out of them. Right. So anyways, and they're not talking about any of the important issues facing American people and our children and those who fight and serve this nation and humanity. And it's really sick, disgusting, and disturbing. So anytime you fucking punks and immature pieces of shit would like to help with that, that'd be great. You can do that by just acknowledging the facts. You don't even got to lift a finger. You can just sit right in that fucking chair of yours, keep smoking your cigar, and just say, hey, get real, you know? These are the issues we should be talking about. These kids are getting sick. We're pumping them with poison. But can you see they're surrounded by the activists and pill-popping alcoholic pieces of shit, so they don't do that because they're scared. They're scared, and they want to continue to be pampered and patted on the back. They don't want people to think of them as a traitor. Right, so anyways, people really need to grow the fuck up if you haven't caught on to what's happening here. You're welcome. Thank you. All right. Yeah. Much love, health, and peace to you. If you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, you just want to shoot the shit, or you have any suggestions as to how we can help our children without breaking the law, that would be great. So, the thing to do, how do we get citizens to acknowledge the facts and concerns? And then when you see for years they've all been profiting off playing these games and ignoring that. And then when you look to mainstream to kind of be the adults and stop the madness, and instead they fucking egg it on and make fun of it. It's unbelievable. Mock, mock, mock. I know, right? Amok, 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 amok. Anyways, much love, health, and peace all. I hope so. We're right here. It is 4:12 in the a.m. And the date is 3/21 or 21/3. 321 213. Tee-hee-hee. You're welcome. Yeah, we're going to make a cocoa, doing our stretches, probably do a little bit of reading. I know. We did not do any more of our full read yesterday. I told you things are bound to change. And I had said definitely, probably, yeah. Such a liar. You know, you can't count on me for everything. But I did say it is possible we might not. So it's not as though I said, yeah, we promise we're definitely doing it. I said, maybe. Yeah, because, I mean, I can't judge how I'm going to feel. Sometimes all of a sudden a tired feeling hits me and I want to lie down. And sometimes I just don't feel like reading. My eyes are tired. I just want to rest my eyes or not think about having to read. I just want to listen. Well, maybe I'll watch some TV or put on some music. And I don't know what's deciding these things, really. When you figure it out, you let me know, because it's really starting to piss me off sometimes, because I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. You know, and the thing just tells me, walk yourself to the bathroom and go pee, or you're going to pee your pants. I'm just like, no, I don't feel like it. You know, so who's going to suffer the consequences if I don't listen to whatever that is? Some people like warm, wet pee pants, sure. I don't. So I'm going to go to use the restroom as opposed to peeing my pants, even though I don't want to go that way. That's the way to the bathroom. But no, yeah, just let me know, whatever that thing is that's saying yay, nay. No, I don't feel like ice cream right now. I'm feeling more like a bowl of mashed potatoes. What is deciding? Good things to learn about, huh? Sense perception. I think we can get some of that. I know, it's amazing. Yeah, no, and then they try to turn around and say no, and they have all this funding and money that goes into sense perception. Like, we're not talking about your little handful of rich, nasty fucking college kids playing in a lab electrocuting monkeys. Oh, we're looking at sense perception. We spend a lot of money on it. Yeah, you spend a lot and you make a lot. Shut the fuck up. It's so fucking retarded and people know it. Anyways, we're gonna go make our cocoa. Much love, health, and peace to you.